Season 1, Episode 1, People Don't Subscribe to Paper. Welcome back to the channel. If you have ever dreamed about launching your own subscription box, a custom stationery club, or a monthly print community, you probably started exactly where most creators start. You started by thinking about the physical inventory. You thought about the beautiful cards, the custom sticker sheets, the colorful envelopes, and the unique little gifts you can pack inside. It makes perfect sense to focus on the products. But according to the industry blueprint laid out in the master resource, How to Start a Mail Club in 90 Days, focusing entirely on the physical goods is actually the biggest trap new creators fall into. The opening chapter of the book drops a massive truth bomb right away. People don't subscribe to paper. They subscribe to a feeling. They subscribe to hope, to joy, to genuine connection, and to the absolute magic of having a beautiful physical anchor to look forward to in their mailbox every single month. In this episode, we are breaking down the very first lesson from this guide: how to shift your mindset from selling raw products to curating emotional experiences. We will explore why this simple perspective shift is the ultimate secret weapon to building an incredibly loyal, recurring subscriber base from scratch. Let's dive in. Your job is not to sell paper. Let's look directly at the core philosophy introduced in Chapter 1. The book uses a brilliant analogy to explain how true consumer loyalty works. Think about your absolute favorite restaurant. When you tell your friends why you love it so much, you don't usually rave about the exact dimensions of the chairs, the thread count of the cloth napkins, or the manufacturing source of the ceramic plates. You love it because of the atmosphere. You love it because of how that room makes you feel the exact moment you walk through the front door. A successful physical mail club operates on that exact same psychological wavelength. Your true job as a creator is not to act as a paper distributor. Your job is to create a distinct moment of joy, peace, or inspiration for someone out there who might deeply need it today. We live in an intensely digital, lightning-fast world. People are completely exhausted by a non-stop barrage of notifications, text messages, emails, and algorithmic feeds. Most digital content disappears from our brains the very second we swipe past it. But physical mail is fundamentally different. Physical mail asks us to slow down. It is something tangible you can hold in your hands. Your members can place a beautifully printed card directly on their desk or save a heartfelt note inside a drawer for years to come. The guide explicitly notes that people may eventually forget the exact words you write, but they will rarely forget how opening that envelope made them feel. When you realize you are selling anticipation and connection rather than stationery, your creative decisions become completely effortless. You stop competing on price and you start competing on emotional impact, which is a game you can always win if your heart is in it. Trust over attention. Now, let's tackle the number one fear that paralyzes almost every single aspiring creator before they even launch: the belief that you need a massive online following to be successful. You see it everywhere on social media right now. Creators are constantly chasing viral videos, trying to build an audience of tens of thousands of followers, and obsessing over view counts. But How to Start a Mail Club in 90 Days completely dismantles this myth. The text teaches a vital rule for sustainable, recurring communities. Trust is infinitely more valuable than attention. The truth is, you do not need 10,000 followers to build a highly successful, profitable club. You do not need fancy, expensive recording equipment or an elaborate, highly polished studio setup. The blueprint emphasizes that having just 100 loyal, highly engaged members who genuinely believe in your message is drastically more powerful than having 10,000 strangers who barely know your name. Big numbers look impressive on a profile page, but it is the small, loyal communities that actually build sustainable businesses. When you focus entirely on building deep trust with a small group of people who love what you love, your club takes root. You aren't trying to appeal to the masses. You are trying to be unforgettable to someone specific. When you target a narrow, specific emotional need, you resonate deeply with a handful of people who will gladly pay a monthly subscription to stay connected to that message. Progress beats perfection. The third major lesson from this chapter focuses on overcoming creative paralysis. So many brilliant ideas die before they ever reach a mailbox because the creator is waiting for the perfect moment to begin. They wait until they have the perfect logo, the perfect custom website, the most expensive printer, or a flawless business plan. But as the book directly warns us, perfection is slow, and perfection is incredibly expensive. The absolute best mantra to live by here is simple. Done beats perfect every single time. Most successful physical subscription clubs were not perfectly polished when they mailed out envelope number 1. They started with basic materials and improved gradually over time. Your first envelope might not look like a manufactured masterpiece. Your first video might feel a little awkward. Your website might look incredibly basic, and that is entirely okay. Progress matters far more than perfection. You don't need to have the next 5 years of your business completely figured out before you launch. You only need to know the very next step. Mistakes are not failures. They are simply data points and teachers that show you exactly how to improve next month. Don't wait for a perfect day to arrive. Today is available, and today is more than enough. Launching a messy version of your club allows you to build alongside your early adopters, who will love being part of your growth story. The 3 feelings test. So, how do you actually apply this to your own project right now? Before you look at suppliers, before you pick out your brand colors, and before you spend a single dollar on inventory, you need to pass what the guide calls the core question test. Take out a clean sheet of paper and ask yourself this single question. How do I want people to feel the exact moment they open my envelope? Do you want them to feel hopeful, encouraged, brave, peaceful? Do you simply want to provide a reason to smile after a grueling, ordinary day? The book advises you to select exactly 3 core feelings to act as your permanent business compass. Write those 3 words down and place them somewhere you can see them every single day. From this moment on, every decision you make, every letter you write, every sticker you design, and every color palette you choose must point directly back to those 3 feelings. If a creative choice supports the feeling, keep it. If it doesn't, throw it out. When you start with the feeling, everything else becomes exponentially easier. Building a mail club isn't about launching a complex stationery corporation. It is about building small, consistent moments of real happiness for people who are looking for connection. When you shift your perspective from paper to people, your community will naturally begin to form. Today's lesson was drawn directly from the foundational principles in the book, How to Start a Mail Club in 90 Days, which is the primary resource we'll be breaking down throughout this entire series. If this breakdown gave you a fresh perspective on creating meaningful content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going through this entire blueprint, chapter by chapter, to make sure you have the exact scripts, frameworks, and mindset shifts to launch your community successfully. Drop a comment below with the 3 core feelings you want your future club to create, and I will see you in the next episode when we break down Chapter 2 on how to find your perfect theme. Until next time, keep sharing and keep building.